And hopefully we're all still here.
I'm still here.
I'm still here. I am here. Here I am. Was I here? Of course I am, he says.
I don't think the stream's on.
It should be in about 5 or 6 seconds if you refresh. It's about 8 to 10 seconds behind, just so you're aware. But it should
Alright,
be.
there it is. Yeah, it's up.
Yay,
Cool.
happy days. That's what we like to see. It's probably showing on yours before it is on mine in a minute. Yay!
Cool.
No,
So
I've
yeah,
got France.
are we? Pardon?
That's rather weird. Yes, I've got. Yeah, this is kind of a bit bizarre, but I was just refreshing my screen, but it was coming up with something completely and utterly different. So, shall we go back again? Yes, we will. Here we are again, I think. Yes, Project Cars is loading up on there, as it is on here. Isn't this exciting, people? Look, you can see the opening titles of Project Cars. I bet you're thrilled to bits with that. Not. Yes, the rudiments of Project Cars jamming on us. That was good.
So by the
Happy
time you
days.
get in, we should be straight into qualifying. So that'll be exciting to see these GT4 cars going around there.
He stopped it
In them
actually,
conditions.
but he stopped it.
Has he?
Still there, yeah. So it hasn't got me in my position. It hasn't remembered me.
I'm loading in.
It hasn't remembered me. So if you can hear me, Kyle, you need to reallocate me again, mate.
I'm going to dive into the Discord chat. Just bear with me a second,
Yeah.
guys.
In the meantime, you can sit here and listen to me, because I'm sure you wouldn't like anything else to do, because what could be more exciting than listening to my dulcet tones? Oh, K9's left the session. You know why? I think we need to open a new lobby. That's what I think is going to need to happen. Yeah, because I've had to shut my whole game down, which was a bit of a pain in the ass, but never mind. Typical, it jams. Of all the people to jam on, it's me.
What are you jamming on?
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I just
Going underground. Well, that was a jam, wasn't it? That was Paul Weller, for those of you old enough.
I mean, like, they have this in the Formula One, you know, when it's raining and no one can go out for qualifying, we have to put on the entertainment. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
we just have to talk complete and utter genitals. I would say bollocks, but it's probably too early, so I won't. But
if I was one of these guys, I'd be diving out there and getting some practice just to get a feel for it.
I'd be diving out now and having a drink or a pee or something. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's open a fridge, and out today comes a can of Fanta Fruit Twist. I defluffed my fridge earlier. It makes such a difference. It's so much cooler now.
Defluffed your fridge? Well, that's a new one to me. I was
playing with the fanny at the back of it. It's got a fan at the back.
Right,
it was covered in fluff, so I gave it a shave.
Dust, yeah.
I gave it a
so
Brazilian.
It's something you got to do. So it's something you got to do. But just diving back in now. So
that's nice. Nothing like a bit of lubrication.
Okay, I've Reno King started a voice chat in the Discord session. If you look on there, it's got a nice camera.
Can't fault it.
Oh yeah, all right, pal. He's gone again.
He's
nice
gone.
To have a quick visual. Anyway, different people.
He came, he saw, he went. I think they should all put their faces in there. We should all do that again, actually. You know, it's been ages since we last did it. My beard's grown at least another inch.
just going back to that road car race, the start of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that with a couple. In fairness. Have you got your invite, by the way?
Let me just see.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
Just in case. Thought I'd better check.
It just came through, so...
The thing is, we know what to do in these situations anyway. I mean, it's not ideal. It's not happened for a long, long time. In fact, I can't even remember the last time it happened where it's done that. Because normally it remembers... If you jump out the lobby and then jump back in, it'll remember
Yeah,
your
nobody
roll.
remembers your role, doesn't it? And
Yeah,
stuff,
but I
so-
think it's because I physically was, the whole game was frozen, so I physically had to shut the whole game down.
Right.
So I'm wondering, because it shut the whole game down and the stream was linked to the game, it shut that down too. Then we're starting fresh, and I don't think Kyle could reallocate. Excuse me again. I don't think Kyle could reallocate the role. So
Yeah.
good thing is, you've got a list of everyone who's in it, and you can just go straight in, get everybody back in. Anyways, it's good to have
And
a
it's
disaster every now and again, because
Yeah, and it's good to have that many cars out on track because we have been a little
it is
bit
nice.
short. And if we get some of the other guys rejoining that were with us, obviously the Matsusi brothers, as soon as they've got their
they'll
issue
be
sorted, and a couple of the other guys is the Tarmac. I'm not too sure whether
he might be. Again, it's for some of the lads. It's, I mean, obviously I race with them elsewhere as well. So with some of them, it's down to a bit of time and stuff. But
everybody has their own kind of personal issues, personal life to get on with.
And the thing that I said to Reno, obviously he joined 10/10 actually. That's where he joined 10/10 initially. And I asked him what titles he uses and what platform, and he said F1 2020, Project Cars, and he said, but a lot of groups are doing ACC, and I said, yeah, in fairness they are. I said, but people shouldn't be too quick, like I said in here, people shouldn't be too quick to bin what's been our staple diet for the last 3.5 years.
And this game is still epic. I mean, I know there's a few little niggles, the contact where it sucks two cars into each other.
The damage physics is bollocks, isn't it? But
that's a massive kind of thing to give each other that room, isn't it? And then once you do that, you can have some epic racing.
Yeah, and we've had quite a few. In all fairness, let's be fair. I mean, I've been lucky enough to be in a couple of them. I've had some great battles. I've had the battle for the lead with somebody. I've had the battle for last place with Roy, which was awesome as well in its own way. You know, with 7 overtakes and me getting him on the last lap. Sorry, Roy, but I thought I'd throw that one in again, mate. but no. In all seriousness, it's for everything that is not GT3 or GT4. Then, until another title comes out that is better than this, then this has to be what every console player and league uses, because there is nothing else better.
The car choice in this is epic.
Yeah, it's second to none in it. Let's be honest.
I'm still trying cars that I haven't even tried in this game, and I've had it since what would it be now? 3 years.
3.5 years. It was September 17 when it came out.
Yeah.
So, again, like I said, I had it on release night. And all that palaver, and then you waited then for the update, and as you do these days with every game that comes out, there's always like a 700 million megabit gig, there's like a 1 terabyte update that's come out that'll take 15 years to load, and then by the time you're finished, it's like the 5th version's out. Oh, who's that having it? Oh, it's Roy.
That's Roy.
Doing a bit of off-roading.
So you can see that, cold tyres still as well. Not that I got much tyre temperature in my tyres by the end of the race, 11 laps.
Did you run them flat?
I run them pretty much flat.
Yeah.
And softened my suspension a little bit, raised it a little bit, because I had lowered it for a dry track. I forgot it could chances of rain.
Yeah, you want a bit of clearance, don't you?
Yeah. Softened off the camber a little bit as well. It's just personal stuff. I don't know whether it's right.
I said to Tony,
kind of the way that I go.
I did say to Tony, try using run flat tyres, because in theory, I mean, I would have done that had I been racing. I would have done run flat tyres as low as they go, which I think it's like 1 bar, isn't it, or might even be lower.
On these, I think it was 0.8. It goes down to.
I think it's 1 bar on the road car. I think they can go actually lower. Right. Sorry, they only go down to 1 bar on the road car. These are down to, like you say, like about 0.8 or something like that of a bar. Because they go down to about 10 psi, 10.5 psi, which I think is roughly about 3/4 of a bar, isn't it? Give or take. So
I'll leave you to the maths. I've explained that to you before.
There's 14,
now, mate.
14 and a half psi to the bar, so you're probably less than 0.6 really. Sort of 7.25 point, 7.25 psi would be half a bar. So 10 would be about 0.66 or about 2/3, just over. But
We are we missing one? We're missing no,
we
it's
got 8.
my mistake. No, I just looked and I could only see one Ken, but the one was
dear
further up.
Ken, as they say in Scotland. Yeah, so now we got a Ken, and a Ren.
Yeah.
For Reno,
No,
of
it's
course.
good to see some of the other guys joining and obviously just joining today and then diving straight into it. And,
yeah, it's good to see fresh faces. And like I said, I mean, I don't know much about Palm's history apart from what Kyle said. Obviously, I know he's from South Africa, but I don't know where because he only joined today, in fairness. Same with, obviously, Reno. Reno's part of quite a large F1 community, but they started doing a few things on Project Cars 2 as well. I think you said there's about 15 of them sort of with the Project Cars 2. So, again, we haven't really gone into that in any great depth, but there's...
Well, that's what I mean. Everyone's more than welcome to dive in here. I mean, we've pretty much got it sorted with the stream, the commentary, and there's room for other guys to join in. So anyone's more than welcome.
And that's what I said to him, to be honest. I said, I know it's early doors yet, but, jump in. I've jumped into their server. And obviously I can send you and Kyle invites and one or two of the other guys, and we can... I just said collaboration's the name of the game. I said, I know it's early days yet, but that's what it's all about. If it's about filling up grid space, and if some of our guys can fill up your grid and some of your guys can fill up our grid, happy days. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I think... Go on.
I was talking to Marquetti in the Discord chat where we were doing that race and qualifying and stuff, and he was really struggling with being on controller in the wet conditions. He was really struggling.
That's what I said in commentary. I said that right at the top of the first stream. That in truth, for that car, it was going to be damn difficult. In fairness, Tony said it was. Tony had already told me this afternoon that he tried it and it was pretty much undrivable. So I said to try my things and that, but in truth, you needed more than run flat tyres. You probably needed to change quite a lot of things to make that Expo.
I think a lot of the people were struggling with the front end grip. You couldn't get it to turn in. Where I even remember at some point I did actually flick the handbrake a couple of times just to help rotate it in. Just get the back end turning for you.
Because really, basically, I suppose the ideal way to drive it in that race would have been like a forklift truck, almost as if it's got rear wheel steering. Let the rear wheels drive it.
It was the rallycross in me that was helping me drive that car. It was that
well,
if you watch the sliding and trying to.
If you do watch the stream later on, I will say pretty much those exact words. And that's why it surprised me actually that Kenny was smooth. I thought Kenny might have tried throwing it around, but in truth, that's not his style of driving anyway. And I'm sure
even in the rallycross, he's quite a smooth driver.
That's
really.
what I said. He's like Jensen Button to rallycross.
Yeah,
he is pretty smooth in the way that he drives. Nothing herky jerky particularly.
So we got some times coming in. Kenny's up there 153, which is a strong lap time, showing that these have got a lot more grip. And then K9 not too far behind on a 154.
But again, we're all good in this car. In fairness, the three of us are all quite decent in this car. I'm just dog dirt in the other one.
And Palm, one of the newest members, behind there, pressuring K9. So there's only a tenth. Kenny just goes a little bit quicker, I just see.
Again with Reno, 53 too. Again with Reno, I know from what he was saying that
K9 dives in there.
A few of them are doing the Project Cars 2 thing, but again, I think it's they haven't
runs out wide.
They haven't driven these sort of cars. Now, all this is going to be new to him, in all fairness.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a baptism of fire coming into it.
But then you look how these guys. What are we on, round 8 now?
Yeah, we are.
And some of these guys like Palm, he's jumped in there. He's right in the mix.
Oh, he's right on point, isn't he? He's right on point with those. And again,
even Reno 159,
but it'll get better.
It definitely will.
You noticed that through the last race. Even I know Tony and Mark. I think like I said, with all due respect to Tony, and he did answer me in the chat, I just said he's not had the best racing week known to man. So, and in all fairness, you can forgive him for saying, "Oh, book it," in the last race. as much as I know what sort of a week he's had on track or not on track, or however you want to put that, and
in different racing formats that he does,
and I've been there, so I can fully sympathise with.
I always say, when you've had one of them weeks, dive into a fun lobby, just into a open lobby, and just go and
Tony
race
just did
some
a Kyle.
guys.
He just did exactly the same as Kyle. Then I reckon put the power down, putting the power down a little bit early, because look, it's going to get worse now at the end. No one's going to improve now, and I mean, if anyone improves now, well done to you. Hello, because at the end of quali with a bit of rain now, no one's going to do a faster time. I very much doubt it. I mean, Kenton's chunking that one around, in fairness to him, but I'd be surprised if that improves.
You want to see what he can do in a real car in real life. He's an epic driver.
Yeah,
in
he's
real
got
life.
some skills, hasn't he? He has got some skills. I've heard. I've not actually. I don't think I've actually seen any footage. I'm trying to think now, because I've seen footage of a few people doing stuff.
Yeah, well,
because I know you've done stuff and that as well. And what was yours with karting? What was your? No, I know what yours was with. I can't think of it. Yeah, that was
Autograss,
it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I only had a small front-wheel drive Nova, but Kento, his last car that he had was a space frame buggy with a Hayabusa engine in the back of it, rear-wheel drive. So
200
never
brake
straight.
horsepower, like.
Yeah, it was never straight. Oh, and they're breathed on as well. They're not standard. But
I mean, put it this way,
I
got about 260 brake horsepower on my 260, 270 on my road car, which goes fast enough. And it weighs a hell of a lot more than what he's trying.
I was going to say it's well under a ton. I think they're about 600 kilograms or something.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Kenny dominating qualifying there, but the guy's not too far behind him. K9 just 1.4 seconds off.
Gonna do it. Right.
I think he's given up on this lap. No. Yeah. Kenny's staying out there at the moment, looking. I'd be surprised, as you say, with the conditions deteriorating. I'd be surprised, but he must be staying out there for a reason. He must be up on his Delta,
or he might be close. Because why else would you stay? When you're saying that, I suppose it's all practice. But he might. Oh yeah.
Dive in for the pit.
Yeah.
It was. It's just literally getting out there, just getting the feel for it. Which I would do. I wouldn't give up.
No, it's all practice. But look, I'd like to look at the sector times as much as the lap times, because that can tell you quite a lot sometimes. I mean, again, it runs close to form. If you look at the top two, I mean, there's sector 3. There's in truth, you've got what a 5 second or a 6 second spread across the 8 guys. You know what? It ain't bad. Because without being rude to Kenny, he jumps into the other group that I invited him to, that I raced with, and he comes in and wins. So there's some good boys in that group as well. So we know Kenny's proficient at sort of every genre of racing. Bastard. If you're watching this later, mate, I did say that with a Cheshire Cat grin on my face, and it is true because I was born in Cheshire, so I'm a Cheshire Cat. So, but no, in all fairness,
have you got chrome wheels on your Jag?
I have actually. I have. I've got 20-inch chrome wheels actually.
Spinners.
They are 20-inch. No, they're not spinners, but they're 20-inch Callisto wheels. Believe it or not, they're $2,500 for a set. But
jeez, man, jeez.
They were already on the car when I bought it, so hey, happy days.
But Ray, right, race time. We better dial it in and concentrate on these boys.
Well, there you go.
It's
a lockout on the front row for those greenies, isn't it?
yeah. It's Commentary car is doing well out there on track, as you say.
Definitely, we're in
more luck than any of the inside nowhere. But K9 just bogged off the line. I think G32's. Is it no Palm, isn't it?
Yeah. Palm got a good. He got a good start there. He certainly jumped past.
Very similar. Well, it is similar livery, isn't it? But
well, you know what? Palm was much better in the race than he was in quali. So
yeah.
you know what? It'd be without being disrespectful to anyone else. It'd be good for someone.
I think Kento's just gone
blues.
for a...
Him and Mark Quirty won it.
Yeah.
Him and Mark?
No, Mark's there. Mark's on track.
Two blues. As long as it's not
Kento
Tony. Roy.
Unfortunate for them, but...
They probably thought they were each other's car, because they're the same.
Just keep it on track, guys, and dial it in. And
I was trying to catch the replay. I didn't quite catch it, but it's just one of them unfortunate things because you haven't got radar in this game, which is a shame. Because if it had radar, it'd be one or two little things would really change this for the better. But hopefully that'll be in the proper project cars.
4.
Yeah, whatever supersedes this game for real. Because the 3 title that's out is like dirt to dirt, dirt rally to dirt in that.
Yeah.
In fairness.
But yeah, I mean, look, so that's Kenny out in front in his normal position, no pressure really, but Palm isn't too far behind, is he? He's just
I think we've got some synchronisation going on here. We've got a green followed by an orange, followed by a green, followed by an orange.
Yeah.
And then we've got somebody having a skid in the background. Was that Mark? No, it was Reno. Again, like I was saying to Kyle in a first stream, these are all cars he's used to doing F1, and I won't be surprised if he's pretty good at F1 because I know he's a steward in the other group. Oh, that could hurt. He managed to stop.
Kept out of the barrier, which means no damage, but he's going to lose a lot of time on that one.
All you've lost there is time and a bit of pride, but not damage, which is most important. Most important. But to be fair to Roy, he's been away for a while. It's good to see him back.
Yeah, definitely is. And a different steering wheel as well, what he's normally used to,
I
think.
Yeah, of course, yeah, he's had to get... Of course he has, yes.
And getting to grips with that and getting
what wheel
the
is it?
right.
What wheel is his son got? Do you know?
I didn't get to hear that, but obviously getting the settings right and getting the feel for it right,
that's
isn't
what
it?
I'm saying. It's like, because if you plug a new wheel in, it'll just zero the settings back to... I don't think it'll keep your original, because it'll detect a different wheel, unless it is exactly the same make and model.
Yeah. But I mean, like, with the rain seems, and it did in the last race, it seemed heavier on one side of the track, which is the stadium side, where the other side of the track just seems a little bit lighter, but didn't really make much difference to grip levels. K9 having a big wobble in the background there.
But also, I think it's elevation. If you look
definitely.
at it, if you look at track elevation, this part of the track is lower. I think this part of the track is lower than the other part. I'm not saying by a huge amount, but obviously the water, if the physics are relatively close to reality, which they're not bad in all fairness. I know we say about things, but hey, these people have created this from coding. Let's not forget that. And when this game came out, we were all waxing lyrical about how amazing it was and blah blah blah. So, just because another game comes out with better physics doesn't mean that this is now rubbish. And that's what I think a lot of people have forgotten, unfortunately. But
it's always the way, isn't it? Something new, and it whets your appetite.
I knew what you meant. I mean, if you want to wet your ass, that's up to you, mate. But
didn't exactly say that, but
it sounded like it. You probably did that in the last race, actually, but never mind.
Yeah, I was.
You had a couple of moments.
Got pretty fired up. And,
no, there was a very late braking moment with you and Palm at the time coming down. I'm trying to think what turn it was. It was one of the 90-degree left-handers, and it looked as if you were basically going to plough him.
I did give him a little tap into the back, and dropped off a little bit because of that.
But it was literally it was literally either very minimal contact, but it looked for like a second or so as if it was just, you're never going to stop, but you did. But it was weird. It was really weird on stream. But again, if you watch it later or tomorrow or whenever, you'll see exactly what I mean. But
I'm sure I'll be watching it later.
It's some good footage, some good racing. There's, again, let's say here, okay, you can turn around and say, predictably Kenny's out front, but like I say, I got to stay on his coattails for a long time.
Only takes one mistake from Kenny.
Yeah.
And in these conditions, it's not unheard of, is it? It's
but you can. It's breaking the seal of your concentration. You can say that.
And on the last race, into the stadium section, when you come around that right-hander coming down to that sharp left-hander, there was a flood where it started aquaplaning on about the last 2 or 3 laps.
You're coming into the area which I call the Vettel area.
Yes,
it's where Vettel came off and went into the wall.
I remember that. Yeah, that was it.
And it is
mess.
You end up with a huge puddle about 2/3 of the way down, is it roughly?
Give or take. Yep.
And
that's it.
It
just
covers
as you go
the
over
whole
a little
track.
brow, and
you can't
drop
avoid
into it. Yeah.
You'd have to go off track to avoid it and get a 30-second penalty or something stupid. But
Palmer here, he's sat in second. He's looking strong. Oh, hang on a minute. We've missed something. So G32 up into third.
Yeah, and K9. Kyle's
Mark
had a
Quirty up into
spin.
fourth.
Kyle's had a spin.
Mark Quirty having a lot better run in this car. So
he must have recently done it.
For him.
He must have recently done it because it was his last lap was 2:10.
Yeah.
So that's cost him
Apologies for that. We have missed that, but.
Yeah, but we've got some battles going on. Again, Mark's horrible to overtake. Kyle's right behind him, but Kyle will be finding out now that Mark is horrible to overtake. And that, again, he will laugh at me saying this, because it's everyone who races in any group with Mark will know that he's horrible to overtake. And that's not being said in a disparaging way at all. It's mainly said because he's on controller, he likes to brake in small stages. So he will feather the brakes a number of times rather than brake hard once.
Yeah, I got you.
And he'll catch you out massively because he'll brake, his initial braking will be way before you're expecting. But once you get used to him and where he brakes, like Kyle is there, you'll hang back. But you kind of lose your advantage. Like I always say sometimes, like you'll get a certain person who won't absolutely floor it through the corner where you think they will, and because of that
Kyle's
you don't get a run.
inside.
Yeah, he's there, but he hasn't got the run that he would have had because Mark isn't carrying the speed through. And if you're on the same line, it's very difficult. Side. It's very difficult, but he's got there. But patience got him that. He learned where Mark.
And I think with you saying Mark just brakes a little bit earlier, being on controller, but he's having a look back. He's not being shy, which full respect to him.
His straight line speed is there. It always is. Acceleration on a controller is epic anyway, and that's always a big bonus. And of course, if he can get in the slipstream and stay in the slipstream on a straight, put my teeth in, lad. Then he's got every chance of staying with him. And he'll put that pressure on, and pressure does weird things to you, doesn't it? As we all know. You can be calm as anything. Oh, see, we followed him there nearly.
He did, yeah. Just lighting it up out that hairpin.
Oh, get turned around quick because you've got other cars coming.
So he'll be battling with
Tony now.
Reno there.
Oh yeah, it's Reno. Yeah, he got in front. But
he's
again, look at Reno's last time, 2-minute lap. He's again. People will warm to these. Look.
And if you can keep that solid, he just runs a little wide, but K9 followed him there.
How many times do we see that though? How many times?
And it's the matter of following someone, because you're not concentrating so much on the apex. Yeah, you're looking for it, but you can't see it in the spray. But you see a set of brake lights. Yeah, you're waiting for the brake lights to come on.
Oh, he's gone really wide there. You're transfixed by those brake lights. It's like you don't want him to brake and you ram him up the backside. So you are almost like hypnotized by the brake lights. You are, aren't you?
You are, yeah, definitely.
It's like, do not follow the track, follow my lights. I've just hypnotized like 20,000 people who are watching this stream now. All go out, rob a bank and bring the money to me. It's like, yeah, right. Yeah.
The only other thing that I have just noticed pretty much is Palm made a little bit of a mistake on his last lap, 206, but then so did G32, but he's not too far away from him.
But again, you're looking at the times again. Like I say with Tony, Tony's pretty solid in this car.
Well, it's Mark Quirty, isn't it? Mark Quirty's not too far away from Tony, so I'd say Mark Quirty's having a really good run, really strong run here.
He does all right. Let's be honest. Again, when I used the controller for 6 months, I was good on it.
Yeah.
When I bought my PS4, but I'm rubbish on it now.
I've never done it, so I can never commentate it. But it always impresses me because now
I just had to dampen it. You've got to learn how to dampen it so that every input, every little twitch doesn't mean lurching from one side to the other. Once you learn to do that.
The only thing is when my steering wheel hasn't connected and I've had to dive on controller
last minute,
just to even get out the way or something like that. Make sure that you don't mess up a championship race or something like that. And
I'm absolutely rubbish.
It really does impress me on people on controllers. So.
Yeah. You've got to. It's basically, you've got to go back. If that's all you've ever done, which in fairness to Mark, it's all he's ever used in X number of years of gaming. So fair enough. He's probably as proficient with it as anyone's likely to be. He's certainly got the experience of it. However, that doesn't mean as more games come out that will sort of like this game is great because they actually bothered to care about the pad user by putting some damping in the menus. Not a lot, admittedly, but you could put some damping in the menus and some I went to say blind spots. I can't even say what I mean. Dead zones is what I want. So basically, as soon as you're touching that trigger, you're not sort of going 0 to nutcase in 0.3 seconds and spinning, because that's one of the most difficult things with a controller, isn't it? Let's be fair. They're having a good little battle though, these boys. I'd like to think Reno's enjoyed himself. Palm obviously has because he's doing well, but I'd like to think that when you get new people in, especially if they've come from like Reno has come from a community that's quite a decent size in a completely different genre to what we do, but we do things again totally different to what they do. But
and diving into these conditions, the hardest conditions that you can possibly have.
If you can get through this, you can get through anything.
Yeah,
in all fairness,
he's
showing his mettle, hasn't he?
Showing his mettle, he's got pace. Even the most competent racers make mistakes and stuff. K9's made another one. Yeah, but he's regrouped.
It's not quite gone his way, but he's got time. Still another 4 laps. Still another 4 laps. Yeah, he's still. But again, he's give Reno something to chase. To be fair,
and I see Kento's dropped behind Roy again. So he's retired.
Yeah, he might have had bad damage, which in a short race like this is.
Yeah.
If it's a 1 hour race, go in, get fixed, come out. You've no idea what's going to happen. In a short race, it's a bit soul destroying.
If I was him now, I'd be dialing in a setup using these conditions. It might be like this on Thursday. Nobody knows yet.
No.
And find something that's stable over a long period, isn't it?
Yeah. We were joking earlier on, saying how many people would like the random weather generator after tonight. It's like, I said to Kyle, I said, don't think it's going to be that popular, mate.
I liked it. I didn't mind it.
No, I quite enjoy the rain. I quite enjoy a wet race. Don't get me wrong, I usually do very well in them, but I've had occasional nightmares. It happens.
Wet races happen in real life.
Yeah, so you want them, don't you?
If you want to race real life kind of things, you can't go to a track and say I want a dry race.
Well, you can't call yourself a sim racer, because what does it stand for? Simulation racing. What is simulation racing? Simulating the real world, but in computerized form. So we all get to be budding race drivers without spending humongous amounts of cash, unless you're me and you buy all this crap that I've got here. But it's like, I don't know, there's a lad called Bad Bull who races with another group, and in all fairness, I'm insanely jealous of this guy's setup. It's about 5 or 6 grand's worth, triple screen,
Yeah.
triple screen, direct drive, two-wheel, everything, you name it, he's got it. Fair play to him. It is the dog's you-know-what. But fair play. You know, if you can afford to spend that. If I wasn't married, I could do it. But I enjoy my creature comforts, so I'll settle for what I got.
These three guys here are extremely close on track.
This is gonna turn out to be, because I don't know whether Pal's dropped off a bit, whether Palm's dropped off a bit, or G32. And man, Palm's last lap was 57.7. So
yeah, he's. They all seem to be just making them odd little mistakes here and there, which has really closed this group together. And Mark Quirty's onto the back of him, so he's looking hungry to hopefully get in front.
They might not quite catch up with Palm. I know it's only a couple of seconds in it, and one little slight error or little wobble or whatever will make all the difference. But it might not seem much in time, but when you look at distance, it's quite a bit. It's probably a good couple of 100 yards between Tony's car and Palm's car, but
I think Mark Quirty's getting on to the back of G32 Tony a little bit.
Yeah, he is. He was 3 seconds faster.
Every corner, yeah.
I mean, again, for Mark to do under 2 minutes, I think that's really good going. All things
that's impressive.
Considered.
That is impressive, yeah.
It's a shame, really, that it's not a shame that he works nights, but it's a shame that he works the days that he does, because unfortunately, like, he can't make a Thursday, which is a bit.
Just
how many people have done that, though? How many people have done that? Everyone we watched there has had a bit of a wiggle, including Kenny. But I mean, he has because he works nights, he has like Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. He's back in work on a Tuesday, so he does Tuesday through Friday. And it's a bit of a shame that he gets in on the Monday, which is cool. He gets to race, and that's all he wants to do, to be fair to him. But again, you never know as times change. And
see a massive puddle on the inside of that corner.
Yeah. If you noticed in this game, most of the puddles tend to be on the racing line of an apex or on the exit line of an apex. How can you have an exit line of an apex? You know what I mean.
It made perfect sense to me.
It was a totally perfectly unconfusing, wasn't it? Not.
Yeah, but I suppose right. You're a Cheshire lad. I'm right next door to where you're a Shropshire lad, so I understand you, even though you're.
I can grin like a Cheshire cat.
Is it Carmarthenshire or?
No, I'm classed as Rhondda Cynon-Taf. Rhondda Cynon-Taf, I'm in. See, lovely. That,
you don't want to say that after too many beers. But,
no, you don't even want to say that. No. I mean, Tony will attest to it better than me, because he was obviously born not. I'll say slightly more than a stone's throw, about 10, 12 miles down the road from where I'm living. And he was born in Cardiff. So he was born in Cardiff or in South Wales, and he lives in the northeast of England. I was born in the northwest of England, and I live in South Wales. So it's kind of a bit weird. We've done the opposite thing. But it's all good. So he's got family and that down here. So next time he comes down, hopefully, if he comes down in the summer, if we got some normality, it'd be nice to meet up for a beer with him as well. It'd be funny.
Yeah, definitely would, yeah.
Same we do. Like in the summer, if we get the chance to, if things happen, it'd be nice to go. In a perfect world, it'd be lovely for us all to meet up and do a track day somewhere. Or I know it can't be done because of where Kyle and that is, but which is a shame, really. It'd be a riot to do.
It'd be a riot, but it would be very competitive. But Mark Quirty looking on the outside of there of G32.
They did well there to just obviously
have a glancing blow, but nothing too heavy.
Yeah, and they both pulled away, because in truth, the last thing you want is the contact, and I think they both worked quite hard there not to do it.
Well, Mark Quirty really applying the pressure now, isn't he?
He's having a good go, isn't he? He's having a good go.
Tony, yeah.
I mean, that's helped Palm, because Palm's got away.
Yeah.
With these two battling. But again, look at the lap times last time out. 59.758, 59.784. In all fairness, all the laps have been good. Roy's had a bit of a struggle, to be fair to him, no disrespect. But again, he's been out for a while. He's using a wheel he doesn't know from Adam. It probably all feels a bit weird and wonderful, and he's driving a car that is not his best drive in weather conditions that he wouldn't wish on his worst enemy. So let's give him some credit. Anyway, so we got. Like I say, I think
on to the last lap as well. So
I think both Palm and Reno have done really well. I'll give them both a shout out. I know Palmer's obviously got the track positions and that to go with it, but in fairness to Reno, I know he's probably never driven these cars before, and he might well have not driven in these weather conditions either, to be fair. So, credit where it's due.
But, yeah, definitely. And as you say, even though what was there was 8 people to start with. There's different levels of where stages are, where people are at with different sim racing, and what cars you've been in, how much wet racing you've done, and set up. Some people use it.
Was that Kyle?
K9, just had another spin out of his favourite corner.
He usually does well in the wet as well. That's a real surprise. He usually handles the wet weather pretty well. So
he's too much of an eager beaver on that on the throttle coming out of that hairpin, isn't he? He's lighting it up too much. But
the worst
Kenny
thing
must be coming over the line.
Yeah, he's got
take the race win.
Are we going to get a flash of the old lights? Of course we are.
Yeah, well done.
And he's got nobody to punt this time.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
Dear me.
Nah, congrats to him. And
he's got a new nickname anyway now. He's Kenny the Killer.
Puts him on pole for the endurance race on Thursday night. Palm coming over in second. Epic first race for him.
I shall physically give him some applause if you can hear that.
Well.
But that's a good debut, mate.
Super close, Mark Whitty.
No.
I think he was just trying to get up the inside of Tony, but had too much lock on.
He had a gap. He had a bit of a gap to Kyle, so he was. Oh, look at Kyle sending it. He's done that deliberately. I know he has. You show
Where's
off.
Reno? He might
come
suffer
across
with that. He's coming.
Yeah, he's all right. I think he was trying to do a full send donut over the line and go over backwards. I reckon that's what he tried to do. So, nah, for getting it wrong. But it was, again, 2 bloody good races, in all fairness.
Yeah, definitely was,
I mean, again, look at lap times. Kenny, as you'd expect, no disrespect to you, mate, but we do expect it. Palm, 55.9, he's got to be happy with that. Tony, 57.8, got to be happy with that, and got to be happy with 3rd place after the first race. And after the week he's had, I know I've said it a few times, mate, sorry to push that at you, but to get a 3rd at the end of it, yeah, fair play. Good going. Glad you stuck it out and didn't throw the toys out the pram completely. Because
the guys that stand out to me there is Palm, Reno, and Marquardt. Marquardt only came into it in the last round.
Yeah, true.
Palm straight in, 2nd place overall. That puts him on 2nd place qualifying for Thursday night. So that's massive. That is massive, and
should be good racing. To be fair, I mean, I like that car. I think it's brilliant. The other one, no, I just don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I wouldn't race in it. There's no car that I wouldn't race in because you can learn a car. If I raced in it enough, I'd learn the car. But
yeah,
it's not a car I'm probably ever going to race in ever again after the series finishes. Without being horrid, I much prefer the BAC Mono. If we're picking cars of a certain genre, the BAC Mono looks very similar, but handles, in my view, far better.
But that's the diversity of race bases.
Yeah,
there's not many. Yeah, there's not many championships that we've done twice. If you know what I mean, except for the Rallycross, which.
But that's what. Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, again, I know it grates with Kyle sometimes that I say this, but let's be honest, it is a mainstay, and it is. I will still call it the main course, rightly or wrongly, because it's what I call a USP. It's a unique selling product. It's something that we do here that nobody else does. So why not embrace it and love it for what it is? Because it's done properly.
Because it's so epic, mate.
Yeah,
it's
and
epic.
It's done right.
What more could you want?
It's a skill that takes some learning. When you come into it from nothing, but doing the lights is a really good sort of. Doing the lights is like junior skill, and then going on to supercars is like moving up to senior skill. Is how I'm going to put it in the learning process. But is it fun? Damn effing right it is. It is. It is a riot, even for an idiot like me that likes crashing a lot, but it is damn good fun. Well, anyway, gents, ladies, creatures from another planet, whatever you might be, whatever you identify as a double-decker bus, I don't know. In this day and age, you can be whatever you want. So, just be it. I'm Lucy anyway. Oh, no, sorry, that's Wednesdays. Damn. Sorry if I got the wrong day.
It's normally the weekend.
Oh, I know. Every day, it's Groundhog Day. I'm Punxsutawney Phil. Every day's the same, though, isn't it? I mean, it must be for you, even though you're still going to work. Go to work, another car. I'll have to bring mine in so you can wreck it for me.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
It'd be a fair drive, though, I think, just for you to come in and look at the engine and go, yeah, it's buggered, mate, chuck it. Right, anyway, people, hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you enjoyed watching it. If you didn't, tell us why, because you should have, because we were great, weren't we? Sorry, no, that's being really, really... but to put it seriously, we'll be back on Thursday at 6 p.m. UK. That's 8 p.m. in South Africa, and it's whatever time it is everywhere else in the world, depending on where you are.
Somewhere around about 7, 8... 6.
Yeah, ish, something. Yeah, it'd be something o'clock anyway. The big hand will be pointing at the 12, and the little hand could be basically could be anywhere.
The only other thing is smash that like and subscribe button.
Yep,
and then
absolutely.
you get notified when it happens.
Yes, we find out, and we get your address, and then we can come round and demand money with menaces or something.
No, we don't demand anything.
Oh no, we don't really.
Except for racing pleasure.
Yes, we demand pleasure. No, even that sounds... I can't say anything without it sounding rude, can it? I mean, anything I say, it's the most innocent thing and it can sound rude. Anyway, hope you enjoyed yourself. See you Thursday, 6 p.m. Be square, be there, be locked down, No, we're not even going there. Just be here and watch it and enjoy it. 60 minutes of full unbridled pleasure of watching. I mean, it might rain, so it could be water sports, it could be anything. But enjoy it. We'll see you later, guys. Have fun. From me, it's goodbye, and from him, it's probably something else.
Ta-ra for now.
TTFN, he says. Yeah. Anyway, good night, people. Have fun.
Ta-ra. See you later.
Good night. And if I can press the right button, we might finish.